Ahoy there, cruise nerds! Welcome aboard to my channel, DCL Cruise Nerd. My name is Megan and I am your host. Today we will be talking about the youth clubs that is offered by Disney Cruise Line on board their fleet. But before then, let's sail away into some updates. Alright, cruise nerds, so updates and reminders for today. So just one reminder and refresher is that Disney Cruise Line has canceled through the month of April and early May. Now, the Disneydream, she has been canceled through April 30th. The Disney Fantasy has been canceled through April 24th. And the Disney Fantasy also has a 9-night sailing that was supposed to take place on July 22nd that was to the Southern Caribbean. Now, also, another 9-night sailing that was canceled was actually on the Disneywonder, and that was the 9-night Alaskan sailing that was supposed to take place on June 28th. And also, the Disneywonder has been canceled through May 12th. And the Disneymagic has been canceled through May 9th. So, definitely, those are the cancellations and updates. I wish we were sailing in the month of April, but of course, I understand why Disney had to cancel. Now, an update actually to Disney Cruise Line website, as well as when I gave Disney Cruise Line a call a day or so ago, they actually updated their spiel. Now, they have to remind everyone who has a cruise reservation between now and November 1st, they have to give the following spiel or something thereabouts. Now, on February 2nd, which was on Tuesday, Disney Cruise Line issued a statement about the CDC Level 4 cruise ship travel. Now, it is subject to change, and it is basically about the COVID-19. If a threshold of COVID-19 is detected on board the ship, the voyage will be ended immediately and will return to the port of embarkation. So, for example, if you're on the Disneydream out of Port Canaveral and COVID-19 has been detected on your particular cruise, of course, they will have to return back to Port Canaveral. So that's basically their spiel that they would have to say, or something along those lines. And just letting you, the cruiser, aware what might happen if you're on a sailing. Now, in regards to this does not mean that we are officially sailing by a certain date, but this is definitely a positive step in the right direction. So I'm very excited about this, even though it is a little sad that they have to start saying the spiel. I am happy that they are taking the next step in the right direction. And hopefully we get to hear more good news about cruising this summer. Now, Captain John Murray, who is CEO of Port Canaveral, he is not expecting cruises to start resuming until the month of July. So I am definitely hoping that we are sailing by then, maybe even some test cruises in the month of May and or June. So fingers crossed, and let me know what you think down below in the comments and see what you might think when we might be sailing again. And also, I think that Disney Cruise Line will have to have you get the vaccination for COVID-19 before you board the ship. Now, I also think that Disney Cruise Line might not start with letting kids on board, because kids are maybe some of the last ones to get the vaccinations. But, of course, subject to change, and Disney has not officially came out with an official statement on that note. So, fingers crossed we hear something, like I said, very soon, and maybe we get to start sailing in the near future. So that's all the updates and reminders for now. So let's go ahead and start talking about the youth clubs. Alright, cruisers, so let's talk about today's main topic, which I've mentioned before, is youth clubs and youth activities. Now, I would recommend these clubs for all families that have kids all the way from 6 months old all the way to 17 years old. So there's something to do for all age range. Now these clubs go from It's a Small World Nursery, which is for the 6 months old all the way to 3 years old. There is the Oceaneer Lab and Oceaneer Club for kids ages 3 years old to 12 years old. Pre-teen club, which is called the Edge, for 11 to 13 year olds. And also there is a club called the Vibe, which is for 14 to 17 year olds. Now, I would like to mention one little detail. For European cruises, your child must be at least 1 year old in order to set sail. So this will affect It's a Small World Nursery. So definitely talk to your travel agent or Disney Cruise Line to see if your cruise is one of those sailings. And of course, the ages are subject to change. Disney Cruise Line is just following the regulations of that particular country. Now, for these clubs, I would highly recommend for you to pre-register them when the online check-in comes back up and is running for cruises that will start sailing hopefully in the next few months. Now, something to do for the pre-registration of your child for the clubs is take note of any allergies your child might have. Definitely let your travel agent or the Disney Cruise Line cast over in the reservation center know what those allergies are so they can make note of it. Also, there will need to be a password for all the kids as of 12 years old or under. This is for any family member that might be checking out your child or your niece or your nephew or any child that is in your family that you are checking out. And also, when you are pre-registering them, if, let's say, grandma and or grandpa are going to go check them out, make sure you check that particular name on the online check-in process. This will make it easier when you get on board the ship. Now, for the kids, they will get a band that is called Oceaneer Band. Now, they definitely look very similar to the magic bands you get for Walt Disney World. But they're not called magic bands, they're called Oceaneer bands. And something that they will do is that they will put a small nominal fee on your reservation, and if you return it, they will remove that charge off of your reservation. Now, if this is the case, then and you want to keep that magic band, definitely let the youth clubs know. If not, go by the clubs and return that Oceaneer band. They will remove that charge, and we'll talk to guest services to make sure that is removed. And let's say if the cruise has finished and you're back home and you're looking at your folio and that charge has not been removed, definitely call Disney Cruise Line and they will definitely look further into it. Now, with that being said, for any pre-registrations, you are good to go. However, there's two more things that I would like to mention. There is the minor authorization form. Now, this is for anyone who is letting their child go with other family members or with your friends that are going on a Disney cruise. This is basically letting Disney Cruise Line know that you, as the guardian of that child, is saying it's okay for this child to go with this family member or with this friend of the family on a Disney cruise. And that's something that you can definitely send in advance, or this is something that that family or the friends can take with them to the terminal. Definitely call Disney Cruise Line for more details about this minor authorization form and where you can find it on the website. Also, for the embarkation and debarkation process, this is something else that you can do. This is something that is done in advance, or you can go by guest services on board the ship once you finalize and decide if you will allow your child go off with another family. So if, let's say, little Jimmy wants to get off the ship by himself, and you are okay with him getting on and off the ship by himself, definitely sign this form letting Disney Cruise Line know, hey, it is okay for little Jimmy to get off of Castaway Cay by himself. This is something that you can do in the online check-in process once it's up and running. Or, like I mentioned, you can go by guest services the day before and sign this authorization form. And this also goes for if you believe it is okay with them to get off with other family in another reservation and stateroom. Now, when it comes to that is all for like any authorizations or anything like that. Now, if the child is ready to leave the youth activities area, or if they have left because they are of age that they can leave on their own from the youth clubs, the wave phones are something that you will need to carry with you. The wave phones will send an automatic message from the youth clubs letting you know that little Jimmy is ready to go, come pick him up, and that's when you will need the password to check little Jimmy out. Now, this is of course pre-pandemic for the wave phones. With Disney Cruise Line updating the Navigators app on the phones, iOS and Android, things will definitely be different with technology. So definitely keep up to date with that. I will definitely let you know if there are any changes to that once Disney Cruise Line is up and running. Now, in regards to dining, pre-pandemic, kids at one point were allowed to eat in the youth activities area. There would be pizza, there would be burgers, all foods that you and your family love. Chicken tenders, French fries, the whole 9 yards. Now, this goes for both on the ship and also on Disney's private island of Castaway Cay. So that was pre-pandemic. Now, when the ships are back up and running, of course, things will look different. They might not even allow the kids to enjoy being in the kids club and eating. We will have to wait and see what Disney Cruise Line has decided to do. Now, if you are on second dining rotation and the kids are ready to go enjoy the kids club, go ahead and have them eat. The servers will take their orders first. Go ahead and get that food out so they can go ahead and eat and be filled for the night. Now, the youth counselors from the youth clubs will be walking around the dining room, and they will go around the dining room twice just to make sure that they have everyone accounted for. And you as the guardian will just walk up to the front of the dining room and hand them off to the club and youth activities and counselors. Now, of course, that might not be the case in the beginning, but I do hope that is something that they continue. That is something my parents wished they had when I was a kid, so they did not have to worry about leaving the restaurant. Now, also, for open house, Disney Cruise Line normally has open houses for all of the youth clubs. And this is something that is throughout the cruise. And you will see this in the Navigator app on your iOS or Android device, and also in the paper version of the Navigators. And they will have some throughout the entire cruise, and of course spread out of each of the clubs. Now, they might have this or might not have this when Disney Cruise Line starts up and running again, hopefully in the next few months. But this is something that will definitely help you and put your mind at ease and see what there is to offer for the kids in the kids club, and so you know that the kids are safe and in good hands. I highly recommend the youth clubs because I have felt safe. My niece has been safe in these clubs, and the number one priority to these counselors are the safety and well-being of these kids. Hands down, Disney Cruise Line is #1 in this. And that is all of my information that I have to share with you. Now, if there's a question or something that you thought of that you want to ask, definitely comment below in the comment section, and I will definitely answer or even put it in the next video. Alright, cruise nerds, thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, as well as follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and also Twitter for more breaking news and updates. I hope everyone has a magical day, have faith, trust, and pixie dust, and I'll see you real soon on board.